This would be my bumper pole if I actually had a ball attachment in it. Seeing as how I have the hitch receiver below, this is where I have my ball. So it appears that issue number 1, we're nowhere near actually being able to touch the thing, but we are very close to the canopy hitting the top of this thing. Which means we can't come in at an angle. If anything, we will have to come in almost perfectly straight, backing straight up to the trailer. This will also mean that my turning radius will be incredibly limited. What I'm trying to do right now is just to move this trailer over there up against my fence. And if I can't turn any sharper than that, it's going to be very time consuming. So bottom line is, if you didn't have a canopy on the back of your truck, you could probably do it. Now, fortunately for me, since I don't want to bust out my rear windshield on my canopy and I don't feel like taking the thing off, I do have another option. On my 92 Toyota pickup here, I have a winch plate on the front of it that has a hitch receiver built into it. I should be able to hook up to this thing without hitting anything, hopefully, and causing any damage. And because the steering is right next to the trailer, I should be able to maneuver it a lot easier. So the thing about the 2 5/16 ball, because you are running a bigger ball, that means you have a heavier trailer, and you're going to want your bar to actually be as short as possible. Hence the reason this little 4-way deal that has all these different little things on it. Small hole for the 2-inch drilled all the way back here, which means that this thing can stick out away from the truck. Lighter trailer, that means geometry and everything. You don't have to worry about bending this sucker. But when you switch over to the heavy ball, the big and 2 5/16 sucker, the hole drilled for it is much closer, which means that this thing is going to be sitting much closer to your truck. So now I'm just trying to figure out whether or not I want to try to go with this sucker, or if I want to try to go with this one. But then the next issue, when I slide this all the way in, there's no hole. Which means the canopy is going to have to come off. So before we do anything else that's dumb and a waste of time, let's measure from the ball to the top of the tailgate just how much room I actually have, and then go over there and measure that sucker. On my 99 Silverado, I'm looking at about 33.5. 33.5, right about here. So that's going to clear as far as that goes. Whether or not it clears that little plate or that one is another matter. Cyrus 54, proving that anything can be done just by yourself. Come on, baby. Yeah. And once again, this is going to be as sharp as I can turn this thing with this particular trailer's design. But it's off the ground. Let's move this sucker. It needed some landscaping done anyway. But this is one of the reasons why you don't want to use a gooseneck on a bumper pull, on the highway anyway. You can see that it is starting to overload my rear suspension. My tires deflated over here. So definitely don't want to do this, especially with a loaded trailer like I've got here. You do not want to do this driving down the highway. But the proof is in the pudding. Can you pull a gooseneck with a bumper pull? Yes, you can. Although, if you do find yourself needing to make a lot of tight turns, my recommendation would be to take off the tailgate. And on a 99 Silver Edouard, and lifting this little tab, lifting the tailgate, and lifting you up. Right there. You could undo this bolt down here, and this bolt over here. Oh yeah, that makes a huge difference when you take the tailgate away, so you don't have to worry about hitting nothing. But again, goosenecks are designed to more evenly distribute the weight between the trailer and the truck. Bumper pulls don't matter about it so much, but the gooseneck, you want it right over the center of the rear axle. But seeing as how I don't have a gooseneck anymore, or the attachment for it, and even if I did, I don't think this truck would be able to do a gooseneck. Even if I did buy the thing to put in the bed. But anyway, I would not recommend hauling a loaded trailer. Depending on the weight of the trailer and depending on the size of your truck, 1500 truck, loaded trailer, I would not do this combination with bumper pull. I would go ahead and get the little kit or whatever to put in the bed to haul the thing properly. Otherwise, get a heavier duty truck. But there you go. The purpose of this video is to see if it could be done, and it can.